I'm starting Attack on Titan. I really don't know anything about this show other than there are titans, huge humans, humanoids, and I've seen them attacking a giant walled city. All I know. My youngest brother passed away last year. This was his favorite anime, his favorite manga, this is his shirt, and he was always trying to get me to either watch or read this, so I finally am. And then just a little housekeeping, since this is a new series, I am going to be watching 2 at a time. I'm going to be trying to release videos with 2 episodes per video. That's how it was suggested to me, and since they're shorter, it makes sense. But if you'd rather see 1 video dedicated to 1 episode, just let me know. When I go back through editing, I like to take a lot of notes. I have a little notebook that I'm dedicating to Attack on Titan, so typically the beginning of the next episode, I like to recap and kind of talk about things I might have noticed while editing it and didn't talk about in the previous episode. Sometimes I can get a little talky, so let me know how much of my theories and whatnot that you want to hear. This show has been highly recommended, highly acclaimed from what I've seen, and I am very excited to start. I was gonna say, it seems like a pretty peaceful opening, but not so much.
その日、人類は思い出した。奴らに支配されていた恐怖を。
They're smoking. So they already lived in a walled city, though. Had they never seen Titans before? Ooh, I really like that animation. Kind of like web slinging. Well, this one looks different. It's not all muscular and smoking. Okay. I feel like I've definitely heard this music before too. So, just a reminder, I'm going to be asking a lot of stupid questions because I'm new to this. I kind of just like ask things out loud to remind myself for later, and also to just sticks better when I ask. And I'm trying to read the captions of the theme song to see what it gives me. To you in 2,000 years, the fall of Shiganshina, Part 1. Yeah, they really like giving you peaceful scenes and then taking that right away. Year 845.
聞け！壁は神の英知によって作られた。壁こそが。言うなよ、誰にも。
理由もなく涙が出るなんて。一度おじさんに見てもらったら。
何泣いてんだ、エレン。
ハンネスさん。
ミカサに何か怒られたのか？
また飲んでる。
お前らも一緒にどうだ？一日中ここにいるわけだから、やがて腹が減り、喉も渇く。
Getting drunk while guarding a gate seems like a good idea.
そんなんでいざって時戦えんの？
しかしな、そんなこと100年間
It hasn't happened in 100 years. Sounds like it's about to happen. Yeah.
前に先生が流行り病からこの町を救ってくれた。先生には頭が上がらねえ。奴らにこの50メートルの壁をどうこうできるとは思えねえんだ。
そもそも奴らと戦う覚悟なんてねえんだな。
That's what it sounds like.
ねえな。しかしな、エレン。兵士が活躍するってことは、それこそ最悪の時だ。
That is true.
まるで家畜じゃないか。
What's even the point of gate guardians then? You either sit there drunk not doing your job, or if you actually have to do your job, it's too late. Bad times.
まさかあいつ調査兵団に入りたいのか?
Scout regiment? Are they the ones we saw web slinging?
エレン、調査兵団はやめた方がいい。
なんだよ、お前も調査兵団をバカにすんのか?
Oh, that animation is so cool.
調査兵団が帰ってきたんだ。行くぞミカサ、英雄の凱旋だ。
Yeah, doesn't want to give the wrong idea. It's not all glory. I don't think Moses made it back.
モーゼスの母親だ。持ってこい。
It.
それだけしか取り返せませんでした。
役に立ったんですよね。直接の手柄はなくても息子の死は人類の。
Just say yes.
もちろん。いや、何の成果も得られませんでした。打ち止めることができませんでした。
Well, if his friend didn't convince him,
奴らに餌をやっ
so
て
they eat them? They eat humans?
調査兵団に入りたいって気持ちは変わった。
手伝えよ、ヒロ。
That's a no.
エレン、今日は珍しく頑張ったじゃん。ミカサに手伝ってもらったのね。
エレンが調査兵団に入りたいって。
Snitch.
壁の外に出た人類がどれだけ死んだか分かってるの？
どうして外に出たいんだ？
知りたいんだ。外の世界がどうなっているのか。何も知らずに一生壁の中で過ごすなんて嫌だ。ここで誰も続く人がいなかったら今までに死んだ人たちの命が無駄になる。
そうか。
I wonder if that'll do it for him, if he accepts it.
船の時間だ。そろそろ行くよ。誰かに言われて抑えられるものではないよ。ずっと秘密にしていた地下室を見せてやろう。
本当に？
Do we just have a Ned Stark moment, though, where he's off to King's Landing and we're never gonna see him again?
だいぶ危なっかしいから困った時は二人で助け合うんだよ。
どうした異端者？
僕が言ったことを正しいと認めているから。
来るんだ。バカめ、また来やがった。打ちのめされてんのか。
Aaron's in a bad mood. Mikasa. Oh, everybody's scared of Mikasa.
あいつだ。俺を見て逃げやがったぞ。
いや、ミカサを見て逃げたんだろ。人類はいずれ外の世界に行くべきだって言ったら。
外に出たいってだけでなんで白い目で見られるんだ。
下手に外に出ようとして奴らを壁の中に招くことがない。
自分の命をかけるんだ。俺らの勝手だろ。
絶対ダメ。
I feel like all three of them are gonna be joining the scout regiment.
100年壁が壊されなかったからといって
Getting too
今日壊されない
complacent.
保証なんか。
Is this the smoking titan we saw this morning? I mean, earlier? Yeah, that wall.
やつだ。
This is like a mega titan? Yeah, because this one looks different than the other ones we've seen that just look like humans. This one's like all muscle. It looks like the skin was stretched out over its face. I would get away from there, yeah. Oh, it's much bigger than the other one. Is it leading the other ones? So can the smaller ones get through? And they eat humans, correct? Aaron? No. I don't think she's strong enough to lift a roof.
急げミカサ。
巨人が入ってきたんだろう。ここから出られたとしても走れない。わかるだろ？
俺が担いで逃げるよ。きっちり3人とも助ける。
Wait, so is this the guy that was drinking before?
だけなら助けられる。でも今こそ。
These do look like the things that nightmares are made of.
おい、ハーネスさん、何やってんだよ。
ありがとう。
Humanity was suddenly reminded that day
支配されて
of the
いた
terror of
恐怖
being at their mercy.
の中に
Nation
囚
of being
われ
trapped
てい
inside
た
a cage. Alright, just a quick little intermission. That was episode 1. So Eren and Mikasa are friends. seems like everybody puts a lot of trust in her. It seemed like she was around Aaron's family a lot, though. She adopted by them. She an orphan. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of questions. I know they'll be answered just by watching the show, but I'm just letting you know at this time, these are the questions I'm having. It's also fascinating because while this is a completely unique story, there are a lot of fantasy, sci-fi stories that share like a similar vibe. There's actually the show Silo on Apple, and it's based, oh, my pillows are blocking it, but the book's Wool and Shift over there by Hugh Howey. It's about being in a giant silo because the outside world is too dangerous for humans to go outside of it. And again, it's the same thing where if you start talking about the outside, you're considered a heretic. But me, I gotta wonder, where did these titans come from? I agree with Aaron that we're just cattle waiting inside these walls, like we're just walled cattle here waiting for them to feed on. It's definitely the work of the government in some way by pushing forward this idea that, I can't remember who they said, if it was a religious leader or a political leader, I'll see it back when I'm editing, that had the foresight to put up these giant walls to protect them. It is just also keeping the people in check and well behaved behind these walls. People have definitely gotten very complacent. And for me, when I'm watching these kind of stories or reading these kind of books, again, it's just based on experience, I'm just going to say the government did it. I think that people were talking too much about like wanting to go outside and the reasons why they wanted to join the regiment. It's been 100 years. People are getting too complacent. And so I don't know how they did it. I don't know, again, where these titans came from, who originally, like, are they natural of this world? Were they created by magical purposes, by scientific purposes? And then I just found it very interesting that that first titan we saw at the beginning, and then, you know, we saw it again leering over the walls and then kicking a hole into the wall so the smaller ones can get through. He looked very different than the other ones, other than just being tall. Like I said, it looked like the skin was stretched out. It looked like his muscles and sinews were exposed. Very Vecna. Did we know ones this big existed? Obviously not, because we would have had the foresight, like the guy was saying, the preacher was saying, they had the foresight to build these walls this high, but now all of a sudden there's one that's even taller than those walls. All right, so let's get back into episode 2.
今から100年以上前、人類にある。
So they appeared over a century ago.
彼らと人類の間には、たちまち人類は絶滅の危機を迎えた。生き残った人類は、マリア、ローゼ、シーナの3つの壁を築き、そこで100年の平和を実現させた。
You know what the Titans kind of remind me of? I'll try and find the picture of Kratos. Is it Kratos? That ate his own children. That's what they kind of look like, especially when they're picking up the humans. I guess, I mean, it looked like there are a lot of people there fighting, but it's probably going to take all of us to take these on, right? They're huge. There's so many of them. We saw a hand or an arm in the last episode. Was that mother's arm? So they don't, it doesn't look like they have genitalia or anything. Hide behind the barrel. Guess not. Somebody eat this guy already. Thank you. Ooh, he's got sharp teeth. No, you weren't. I understand his frustration. Saved you guys, though. What's happened again? What did she mean by that? Just like it's happened again? don't know, this kind of looks like a buffet. Are they going deeper into the walls?
壁の要所要所にあるシガンシナの警備のコストと兵力を抑える役は巨人たちの標的となったシガンシナ区の住人たちはたった一つ
So they were just used.
アルミン、座ってなさい。
でもエレンとミカサがまだ来た
今はやめておきなさい。かわいそうに。
小田はどうした？
Honestly, it's hard not to laugh at the goofy faces they make, I'll be honest, though, because now Alan Rickman is walking towards us. How do you destroy them? God, I can only imagine how freaking traumatizing this is. God, this is so traumatizing for anyone, but especially children.
門が閉まるぞ。まだ中に大勢の人が残ってるんだぞ。次の壁まで人類の活動領域が後退するんだぞ。
We only got 3 walls to get behind and 1 is done. There's our answer. Ooh, it's the big one. How do you get in? Oh, it's a different big one. It doesn't look like the same one. They put this one on steroids? Even blood is like flying off of it. Closing the gate would have done nothing. Does it not hurt the Titan's feet? I love how they just give you, though, these moments of just like stillness and silence and oh no. Just keeps getting worse, huh? I'm gonna pause these when I go back and edit.
シガンシナ区陥落から数時間後その知らせは人類領域内のあらゆる
本当なのか。シガンシナに巨人が侵入したというのは今になって信じるも信じないも現に船で脱出してきた人間がいる。
問題はシガンシナだけで済んだのかどうか。
まさかウォールマリアの内地にまで侵入されるはずは。
中央に連絡して指示を仰ぐ。こんな緊急事態は
ウォールマリアが破られ内地に巨人が侵入したとのことです。
終わりだ。また人類は巨人に食い尽くされる。
Oh, he survived once.
あの家には二度と帰れない。最後までろくでもない口喧嘩しかできなかったんだ。もう母さんはいない。人間が弱いから弱いやつは泣くしかないのか。
Aaron. Kind of look like the Titan with his hands over the walls.
この世から一匹残らず
人類の活動領域をウォールローゼまで後退させることを
No more human
こ
sacrifices?
の間巨人に食われた者はおよそ1万人。
That's a lot.
エレン、彼ら、ミカサ、無事でいてくれ。エレン、
父さん、やめてよ父さん。いいから腕を出しなさい。嫌だ。父さんは母さんが死んでおく。
お前のダメなんだ。
何を言ってるの。
The dust.
合ってた気がする。
まさか夢だよ。
Is he maybe a little psychic? Wait, he has the key. Are we just skipping periods of time?
量の配給があるって。食料庫だったって。船で来た人はみんなここに集められて。
Oh, governments love refugees.
こっちは言うべきな何も食ってねえんだ。
私たちはまだ生き残ったわけじゃない。
Long way to go.
ほら間に合ったよ。おじいちゃんが子供の分だからって。
Well, it was for children, so not a lie. If you were doing your job, they wouldn't have gotten in, so.
この配給多分人数分ないんだ。もともと食料不足だし外側に住んでいる人ほど大事に。
どうせ巨人が壁を越えたんならもっと食って減らしてくれりゃよかったんだ。
We're all the same people, and they were literally used as a distraction.
何すんだこのガキ。
くせにお前なんか見たこともないくせに。
お腹が空いてイライラしてたから。だから大人の人に。
お前たちが飢え死にしないで済むのもそれくらいの感謝の気持ちは持つもんだ。
Yeah, well, you work for the government, buddy, so...
誰があんな奴らの世話になるか。俺は壁の中で強がってるだけのあいつらとは違う。いらない。
Oh, Armin worked hard to get that right.
だからあいつらにペコペコするのか。恥ずかしくないのかよ。今はしょうがないよ。しょうがないなんて言い訳だ。やめて。
アルミンが弱虫ならエレンと私も同じ。町から逃げるのも何一つ自分でやっ
And you won't as angry children.
大切なのは生き延びること。おばさんが言ってた通り
There you go, Mikasa.
ちゃんと生き残るの。エレンを飢え死になんかさせない。
数日後、大量の避難民たちは食料確保のため荒れ地の開拓に回された。
Wastelands.
翌年の846年、中央政府はウォールマリア奪還を名目に大量の避難民を作戦に投入した。
So we're gonna take it back.
その数25万人。人口の2割に相当したが、生存者はその犠牲で残された人々の食料不足はわずかながった。
Was that his grandfather's hat? So he lost everyone.
巨人のせいだ。あいつらさえ叩き潰せ。俺は来年訓練兵に志願する。巨人と戦う力をつける。僕もアルミン、僕も。
Nothing left to lose.
私も行こう。
ミカサ、お前はいいんだぞ。生き延びることが大事って。
Staying alive to do what, though?
だからあなたを死なせないために行く。
She promised to protect you.
分かった。3人で。
ただいまより第104期訓練兵団の入団式を行う。貴様らを歓迎する気は毛頭ない。我々が3年かけて鍛え上げる。巨人と戦う術を叩き込んでやる。貴様らが巨人の前に立王を守る名誉ある壁となるか。他は巨人を駆逐する栄光ある人類の兵士か。貴様らが決めろ。
Aaron.
ああ、俺はなる。巨人を一匹残らず駆逐してやる。
To be continued. Alright, well, those first 2 episodes were fantastic. There's just so much going on that I want to talk about. The animation style, I'm not really familiar. I don't watch anime. I have watched the first 2 seasons of Mob Psycho, but this is the first time I'm actually like sitting down to start and complete a series. But the way the animation was in different scenes, I mean, we had like the dust, the motes of dust in the beams of light, the way the bells were ringing, the water, and then certain scenes where it's just a crowd that's still while one of our characters is moving through. But also the mystery surrounding everything. Where did these titans come from 100 years ago? Where did they go since that time? We built the walls, but they just retreated that entire time. Now suddenly we have like mega titans. Looks like they evolved. And it just so happens to be at a time when people are, like, I've used this word 1,000 times, so I'm sorry, but complacent, and they're starting to talk about the outside world and wanting to explore again. Also, Aaron's father, we definitely missed a little bit there, but I feel like sometimes Aaron is missing bits of time. Like he had, it almost seemed like in episode 1, he was having a vision of everything that was about to happen in the future, and then suddenly he woke up under a tree by Mikasa, and then we see his father in a stagecoach, like rushing to go find all of, like the 3 of them, Aaron, Mikasa, and the mother. And he's saying, I hope they're alive, and he has the key, and he's saying you have to search for the truth with the key. So what was in that basement? I have lots of conspiracy theories as to what could be down there. I'm guessing maybe he's trying to come up with some type of, it's either a poison or something that could kill them, or an antidote. Because were these once real people? I'm really thinking. I'm assuming we're going to meet more people, but right now our core 3 are Aaron, Mikasa, and Armin. But I'm assuming now we're going to meet some more people now that I messed it up. I thought there was like a difference between the gate guards and the cadets. So I kind of thought they were like two separate groups when he was talking about joining the cadets. Well, I mean, he was, the cadets are in training and are students until they become the guardians. But I thought there was just two separate entities. So many questions, but I guess the only way to find the answers is to continue watching. So I will see you in episodes 3 and 4.